Hello, hello, hello. It is meal prep time. I have a couple different things that I'm doing today. Okay. I could not find my hand sanitizer. I mean my cleaning spray, because y'all know how I am on cleaning stuff. So I have gotten some stuff. First, I got to clean my scale really good because I just used it. So today my menu is honey garlic chicken. I actually have it rolled down today. Honey garlic chicken, some meatballs, some wings, steaks, and chicken thighs. So I have my chicken and my steak cut up already. I'm getting ready to marinate. The steak a little bit because I'm gonna probably cook that last. And then I'm also gonna do some vegetables, and one of my vegetables is gonna be in an Instant Pot. I'm gonna make some collard greens today and put those in an Instant Pot because it gives you that cooked all day taste when you put them in the Instant Pot. So some of my onion then got away, so have to clean up my area. So first of all, I have my steak cut up over here, and I'm going to marinate that in some Caribbean jerk marinade. And I've used this on so many different things, everything from pork to seafood, salmon, so many things this goes on. So I'm just gonna pour the rest of the bottle in there because it's just a little bit in there, and then get some granulated garlic in there. So I'm just gonna have this marinating on the side. Let's let it do its thing. So I'm gonna first I'm gonna get the chicken wings in the oven first because they take the longest to cook. So that's gonna be the first thing that I do. Why? Why are you in here? Why are you in here? You stay any longer, you can start cooking. Oh, and then he leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna get the chicken wings done. So with the chicken wings, I'm gonna bake those. And I'm all about less cleanup as possible. So with trying to make less noise. So I'm going to cover this pan in foil first, and then I'm going to put the wings in there. And the foil is just for easy cleanup. That's what that is about. It is about easy cleanup. So I already have my wings separated, took those out, got those prepared to go in. So those are going to take a long time to cook, a long time. So they go in first. They probably won't even be done by the time this video is done, because this may be one of those things where I'm done with the video and these are still in the oven because I'm not going to be in here all day with these here wings. So I'm going to first do some granulated garlic. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. I already done scratched my pan. Hold on. I already done pour my aluminum foil. And I'm not about that life, because that's just going to make a mess later. So it's my fault, because usually I put these in a bowl, and I did not. So I'm going to do another foil. This is not that heavy duty foil. This is at standard foil, so it does tear easier. So I'm going to leave that right there. Let me put my glove back on. So I'm going to get my garlic on those. Just going to get that mixed up there. Make sure they're covered. And then salt. Let's get that all covered. And then the pepper is right here. So then I'm gonna get some pepper on them. Usually with wings, all I do is salt, pepper, garlic for basic wings. I'm not about the life of trying to do a bunch of other stuff. Just for the basic wings. Now, I mean, you can lemon pepper these suckers up. You can do a lot of stuff with them. But sometimes I just like a good old fashioned baked wing without all the extras. It's just something about it. The one thing I do add in here that I am going to add is some onion, because it does give it a good flavor with adding that in. So I'm gonna add some onion in here. And I already have some chopped up. So I'm gonna just get the onion on everything, mix it on in there with it, and then it goes back to the pan. Now with this many wings, it's usually if I'm doing like 5 wings or whatever, it cooks for like 45 minutes. Because I like for wings to like fall off the bone done. That's the kind of wings that I like. A lot of people, they don't like theirs that done, but I'm all about to fall off the bone. So I am going to take this foil that I have ripped on the bottom. Oh, it's already coming apart. Never mind. Already coming apart. I'm losing my onion that I had in there. So let me just move it over like this. That's my foil is ripping. Because I didn't get the heavy duty one. So everybody else got the heavy duty. But I'm going to just put these. Hold up. Whew, Jaheim almost got sneezed on. Half that song over there. Put these over here. The pepper is getting me. The pepper. So let me get my onion. See, thankfully I cleaned off my stove, so I ain't got to lose any onion. I just cleaned off my stove. So I'm gonna add the other onion in here, and then I just cover, and they are going to bake. And it is so good. Just that little bitty onion goes a long way with these, and I like it because it starts to caramelize a little bit and stuff. So little onion goes a long way with something that simple. So I'm done with that glove. Let me put the foil over here. So what I do is I take the foil that's in here and I kind of like close it up around it. So then I just take another one and cover all of the rest of it. So now my oven is set for 450. And I'm going to start off by saying this is going to go 90 minutes. I may look at it before then, but they usually stay pretty moist in there. But with there being so many, I have to up my cooking time. So, oh, this heat feels so good. Also, let me bring my water over so I can drink water today because I've been forgetting my water. All right, so, okay. So I have the, that going. So next I have to do the meatballs. And they also go in the oven. But before I do anything, because I just had that aluminum foil to rip, got to sanitize my, sanitized oven again, the stovetop again. Because we have no cross-contamination around these here parts. None at all. Now, if you are out of cleaner or you can't find any, if you ever looked at my videos, I've been using this spray bottle since the beginning of time. This spray bottle is what I have been using to clean most of my life. And it is some bleach, some Dawn, and some water. That's what that is. I grew up with that. It works on most surfaces. So So next are the meatballs, and I am going to use a smaller bowl for the meatballs. This is 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm going to add onion, garlic, and Italian seasoning to this. And that really forms a good meatball. Also going to add a little bit of ricotta cheese to it. It makes it a little bit more creamy. Little bit more creamy. So I'm going to add the garlic. Put this over here. And then some ricotta. Probably, I would say a tablespoon is what that is of ricotta. And let me get the Italian seasoning. So I use all my honey I need it in the recipe. And then some Italian seasoning, a little salt and pepper. Oh, that's more garlic. And I always lose the pepper. Little salt and pepper. Whoa, wrong opening on the pepper. Please hold. I got to pour off all of this here seasoning because the pepper just went crazy. So let me get most of that pepper off. And I lost a good chunk of my ricotta while I was at it. Actually, I'm going to actually use the ricotta to get the pepper out because I can have the pepper stick to the ricotta. Woo! That's a great plan. Please hold. I do that so much that you would think that I would pay extra attention to it, and I still don't.
Is this time for Jamie? Is this Jamie time?
So I am going to, Johnny, take the ricotta cheese I just put up in the white thing. Hand me that.
Okay.
So let me clean off my spoon that I was using for the ricotta cheese and try that again.
Is it Jamie time already?
So I'm going to add the ricotta cheese again because that was a mishap. All right, so have that. And I think I got rid of some of my garlic too when I poured that other stuff out. So I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic to that and a little bit of the Italian. This is the foolishness that happens with it, but it will be no more of the pepper, none of that. Because I'm pretty sure I am good with pepper. So I'm gonna get out my, it's a cookie scooper. That's what I use for meatballs, is a cookie scooper. But I'm gonna mix all of this up first. Make sure I get that ricotta. Oh, another thing I like to do is I like using the ricotta because you can kind of see, because once the ricotta is all mixed up, everything else is all mixed up as well. So that's a good way to kind of see and make sure that you have everything mixed really well. This is more of a home style meatball because an Italian style meatball. That's why that Italian seasoning. And then I like to add a little bit more basil to mine. That's really good. Thank you so much, Miss Cherish. I appreciate it. But this is just a really basic meatball because we have a lot of ground beef. And so when you're trying to figure out ground beef recipes, you don't have to be boring with it. You can find all kind of stuff to do. Even with meatballs, you can make savory meatballs, Asian meatballs. You can make all kind of meatballs. So got that mixed up pretty good. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more basil because, again, we're going for a really fragrant meatball because the sauce that's going to be on it is going to be a little fragrant as well. But so I'm going to, and I am using my glove today only because I don't want to keep washing my hands over and over again because as much as I wash my hands, I have like tripled the hand washing. And so I don't want to get my skin drier than it already is. But well, you know, my skin really hasn't been that dry because I make my own hand sanitizer, and it's pretty moisturized, so I don't have to deal with that as much. So I'm gonna take my glove off, and I'm just gonna lay it over here, and then I'm gonna get my what I do with my skillet that I was using for my meatballs. Oh, it's over here. So I got not a skillet. This is a little pan. I think it's a pie pan. It's what it is. So I'm gonna put that in here. I'm actually going to cut it in half to have two different ways for coverage there. So I'm just gonna press that all the way down to the side, and then with the cookie cutter thing, I am just going to put it in there. Comes out just like that, and then I put it into the sheets, into the little pie pan thing here. You can use anything for this. This really does not matter. It can be anything. You can use an ice cream scooper if you want those big meatballs. You can use an ice cream scooper, or you can just form them in your hand. Now, sometimes I will do that where I'll put it in my hand and then I'll roll it myself. So you can do that as well, just so you can have them like perfect round. Because with the cookie scooper, it's flat on one side. But when you do that, you have to be mindful that you need to wash your hands before you touch anything else. So that's the important thing. So whenever you are doing, anytime you're touching any raw meat, including eggs or whatever, you want to continuously wash your hands. So one of the things you can do is create a hand washing bowl, and that is a bowl of like sanitized water that you can continually wash your hands in, but you can only use it so much before it's time to change water. So I don't use the bowl often unless I'm cooking just a little bit, but I try to, I make sure that, you know, hands are washed throughout anytime I change products. Even when I'm cutting or slicing meat, when I go, and it just depends on, sometimes I don't care, but most of the time if I'm going from like chicken to beef, I'll switch up and not wash all the time, but I really try to be mindful. And especially where I am, if I'm at a friend's house and we're all cooking together, I make sure to wash everything in between, because I have some friends who don't eat beef, some who don't eat chicken or whatever, and I don't even want to have that stuff touched when I know that's not what they eat. And they have a variety of reasons for not eating it, so not about that. So I'm just gonna make, now this is just a pound of ground beef, and so I forgot how many meatballs this makes. I'll tell you in a minute once I get done with this. But these two, of course, are going in here. And then after this, while these are cooking, oh, and I forgot to set my timer. Did I set my timer? Hold on. No, I didn't. Alexa, set timer for 1 hour and 10 minutes.
1 hour and 10 minutes, starting now.
Okay. And so I'm going to, I'll tell you how many these make, and then I'm going to move over to the chicken thighs. Two of the chicken thighs are going to go in air fryer. And then two I'm going to cook on the stove. I don't know how I'm going to cook them on the stove yet, because there's so many different ways you can do it. But I may do them all in the air fryer. I don't even know, because there's so many options for cooking them that I don't even know how I want to cook it. I think I'm going to do them all in the air fryer. It's only 4. I'll do them all in the air fryer, because that's the only air fryer I'm using this week. So I will put them all in the air fryer. So now remember, like a pound of ground beef is usually enough for 4 people. So that's how you think about it. It's usually 4 ounces per person. So when I'm cooking, I'm thinking of those kind of measurements. So when you have a catering, like if you're contacting somebody for catering, and they say, how many people are you expecting? They are going to buy food, not like a burger per person. They're going to buy, if you say I'm expecting 50 people and you want burgers for them. So what we hear is 50 people times 4 is 200. That's 50 people times 4 ounces. That's 200 ounces of meat of burgers that we'll have. So then when 55 people show up, somebody ain't getting a burger because now granted, we all go over, usually like 10% or 20% over. We'll do that. And it depends on the people down, because it's not required that any caterer go over and have any leverage. But a lot of people do go over that amount just to have extra, because when the food runs out, nobody's going to blame the people who at the party. They ain't going to blame the caterer. They're going to be like, oh, the caterers ran out of food and they should have had some food. It's like, no, it ain't the caterer's fault. It's because all people showed up. Probably what happens is that people didn't RSVP. And then the people who are having the event are left looking crazy because people didn't RSVP for it. But anyway, that's me and my soapbox. So let me count my meatballs of how many I got using a cookie scooper. So that's 4, that says 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think I have 20, which means that they're basically 1 ounces each, I believe. No, it's less than that. Let me see. Maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it for a minute. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Forever dropping stuff. All right, so let me wash my hands. And then I also have special kitchen sanitizer that I use for washing hands that I make as well. But if you've been watching this at any time, you already know about all this stuff that I use. None of this stuff is new when it comes to the products and stuff that I use in the kitchen, especially for sanitizing. This is that tried and true stuff that the grandmama taught, because a lot of people clean the kitchen is, you don't take it as serious as some of us do. It's a serious situation. So I'm going to cover these meatballs. Again, I'm going to take the foil that's going over. I just go ahead and cover those. And then I like to just seal these all the way up. That creates almost a seam when you do it that way. And that really keeps them very moist. So I'm going to, let me see if I got room to put them. There you go. So got that done. And once again, we want to make sure we clean the stove top, because I think a tad bit of ground beef did fall on it at one point. And so we're going to move to the chicken thighs. Now with the chicken thighs, I got to figure out how I want to cook them. I'm done with this glove, throwing that away. So with the chicken thighs, I'm gonna put them in the air fryer, but I'm trying to decide like what flavor I want. Let me see what flavors I have up here. Let's see. Ooh, I got teriyaki. Let's do a teriyaki and I'm gonna do a teriyaki and a chicken parmesan. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to clean out my bowl that I use for the meatballs. I have a towel that I just used for something else. It still has like some disinfectant on it. So I'm gonna clean out this bowl. And I'm going to do 1 lemon pepper and 1 garlic parmesan. So, let's see. I'm going to put my air fryer over here. Turn that on. All right, so the air fryer's ready. And then put my bowl on the other side. I'm like, where'd my bowl go? So with the wings, I'm I'm gonna do 2 at a time. I'm sorry, these are thighs, not wings. Even though I'm putting sauce and stuff on them, I still want to season. Actually, I'm not going to use the bowl. I'm not going to use the bowl. I'm going to just put them on some foil. And it's easier for me to season them this way anyway. So I'm going to do one side at a time. My basic seasoning is always salt, pepper, and garlic. And here is, let me get the right side of the pepper this time so I won't have the issue that I just had. So, wait a minute, she's coming out too fast here. All right, so that's my pepper. Then we'll turn it over. And I am going to get all of my seasonings here. All right. That was pepper, okay. Then I need garlic. I have to remember which one I'm doing. All right, so the first one I'm going to do is a teriyaki. Now the teriyaki is, this one is more runny. Actually, let me see if I have a thicker sauce, because I like it when they're thicker for stuff like this. Let me see. Actually, I have, ooh, I'm coming up with stuff. I have this sugar-free barbecue sauce. Now I'm gonna mix this with the teriyaki a little bit. So I'm gonna put some of that in there. Let me see, cause I'm always getting caught up with this pepper sneezing. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I'm gonna put a little bit of teriyaki in it, and then a little bit of honey. I wish I had a fruit something, but I do not. I'm checking to be sure. Oh, I have some lemon juice, because I like a little squirt of citrus with barbecue sauce. Just a little bit. Oh, I can't touch that. Let me put that back over there. I'm gonna put a little bit of the teriyaki. Just need a little bit. And then just a little bit, probably a half of a tablespoon of honey, because I'm using this honey for something else as well. So just put a little honey in there. And then a tad bit of garlic. Now, I have no idea what this is called. I just felt it. Let me wash my hand and wash this other spoon while I'm at it. I just felt it and I feel like it's gonna be good. That's all I know. I just feel like this is going to be something great. So that's all I got. So I'm going to let me see what that, yep, that's good. That's good. I have no idea what to call it though, but it's good. So I'm going to bring my 2 racks over here. I'm going to take another piece of foil and put down where the racks are, because when I put the meat on them, put the meat on the rack, it's going to go through it. All right, so got my chicken, and I am just going to put the chicken in this here sauce. I'm just going to put it in there, get it all around, because I'm not using the sauce for anything else, because once you what you cook, listen, I ain't your grandmama, sweetheart. Wrong person. I'm going to put this in here. Now, once you put any raw meat in a sauce like this, you will not put anything else in here. This is it. because that is, you setting yourself up. That's when you get fired. You don't get just fired from the barbecue, like you can get sued at the barbecue. So you don't do that. So I put the rest of that right there. Put that over here. I'm just gonna take the rest of this sauce and I'm just gonna put it on top of it. Right there. Put it right on top of it. Again, I don't know what this is called. It just felt good to me when I was putting it together and thinking about it. Have no idea. So again, I'm gonna wash my hands. Now, one thing I am gonna do, because this just helps clean up later, is I am going to put the bottom of the air fryer. I'm gonna wrap this in foil too, because if I do not wrap this in foil, it's gonna be a crazy cleanup later because of that sauce that's dripping down. So I'm going to just wrap this one and put that back in there. Okay, so that's the first one. And I'm going to take this over here. So that's what that looks like. Have no idea how it's gonna taste, but I'm gonna eat it. It's gonna be great. So I'm gonna take this one and we'll put it on the bottom rack of the air fryer over there. Throw that foil away. And then I am going to open up the foil for my other ones. Oh, I don't have to use the bowl for any of that. So I'm gonna put the rack over here so it can be over there. It really does, Tamika, it does. I'm thinking, I think I may be onto something with that sauce. I'm gonna have to play this video back to figure out what I put in it. So I just made it up, but I feel like that's gonna, hold on. I don't have my other thing open. But yeah, I feel like that's gonna be something. It's gonna be something, especially with the air fryer and stuff. I think that may be something there. So, okay. So I got that open. So again, I'm gonna season this the same way. Just some salt, pepper, and garlic. So that's the salt and pepper. I don't know if y'all know, but my two favorite things are garlic and pepper. When I'm cooking for myself especially. And then I'm gonna turn these over. Now, one thing I am gonna do is I'm putting these on the top rack of the air fryer, because if that, as the lemon pepper stuff falls down, I'd rather for the lemon pepper to fall on the barbecue stuff than for, what did I just put in here? I don't even know what I just put. I'm not even worried about it. But and then for the other barbecue stuff to fall on this. So that's what so that's the reason I'm doing this order. So this is just some wing sauce that they sell at Walmart. I put this on everything. It is really good. Like if you saute some shrimp and right after, when you take it out the skillet or whatever, go ahead and once you saute it and stuff and take it out, and then you just toss it in this little sauce, it'll get your life right. I'm telling you, it will. It will get your whole life right. You'll be trying to figure out, what was life before this? How come nobody told me? Because that's what I was wondering when I first found it. Like, how come nobody told me about this sauce? So I got this one pretty well covered. So I'm just taking the rest of the sauce that's left on here and just patting that through. And then I'm gonna take, now this one doesn't drip as much. So I'm gonna take this and put it over here at the air fryer. Put this one on the top. So I'm gonna turn it on, and we are going to do, hey Clarence, I gotta figure out how long to cook this. Hey, how long did you cook the chicken thigh in the air fryer? Okay. All right, look, it's trying to cook without me. Nope, we ain't trying to do that. Stop, stop, stop. I don't want you to cook. All right, so I'm gonna do 4 for 25 minutes is what we're gonna start off and see what that looks like in life. And then we're going to start. There we go. So let me clean my hands. Listen, I'm really excited about this last, these chicken thighs, because I didn't have any plans for that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to check on about 10 flip them.
Okay. So Clarence told me I got to check them in like 10, 15 minutes and then flip them like halfway through type thing. So I'll do that as well. And so I also want to get my greens going in the Instant Pot. So let me get that going as well, because that one is, let's see, so let me clean up. And y'all know, once the cleanup happens, then we got to sanitize. Now, I don't even think anything got on this but seasoning, but you know, it's what we do. Make it a point. Because apparently people have been used to cleaning because all the cleaning supplies are gone at the stores. So I think this whole cleaning situation is new to some people. So if it's, we welcome them though. Like, we appreciate the cleaning people coming over to our side of life. Like, we appreciate that. So welcome to the light side, not the dark side. So let me put this stuff up. And then I'm gonna get my Instant Pots. Let me see which one I want to use. I think I want to use a bigger one. So give me a minute. So get my Instant Pot and sit it right here for a minute. Here's the issue, guys. Right now, it is end of March, going into April, and for many of us, this is what we call sinus and allergy season. But when you go in the stores, you start blowing your nose and coughing, you will clear an aisle right now. Okay, people are like, "Oh Lord Jesus, she got the Rona." So if you see people while you at the store and they're coughing, it's a good chance that they got sinus and allergies. But I do advise you to protect yourself from the peoples. Protect yourself from the peoples. So let me get, I'm gonna actually put the stuff in my, anything. So I'm gonna do some shredded collards that I have. Let's see. Some shredded collards, and I'm going to use some, oh Lord, they're falling all out the thing. I'm losing the collards, y'all. I'm losing the collards. That's so unfortunate. So very unfortunate. Let me find my chicken bone broth. It was the only thing left at this grocery store. It is so funny. But I bet you a lot of people are like, I don't know what that is. Some chicken bone broth? What in the bejesus is a chicken bone broth? But I appreciate the people leaving it there for me. I appreciate the people leaving it there. Because it is my favorite one. So, got that. Now I put onion in this. Well, shoot, I already finished this. Let me go put the rest of that. And then I also put a little garlic in with it. And then, now this is something that y'all ain't got to do now. Y'all ain't got to do all this. But I like to put some stevia in here as well. There we go. So I am going to take this, and I want to mix this up as much as possible to get that onion down there and the garlic and stuff. in there. Now you can mix this with your hand. I know some of y'all like, I don't know about mixing stuff with the hand. You know, back in the day, we didn't use all these forks and spoons and stuff. We just used our hands to mix food and stuff up. So you can use your hand to mix, but if that's not your life, I understand. So listen, when I move this, I hope y'all can't see the mess that I made. When I say it's a mess, it's beyond a mess. Okay? It's pure crazy. But anyway, let me put this on. Now I'm gonna cook this for 20 minutes. But I'm gonna take it up to the other side. I'll be right back. Ooh. Right back. Right up. Put it up here. Right back. Right back. Oh, and put it there. Got my right plug. Hold on. I forgot where my, you know what, I'm gonna put it back over here because I want to watch it. I was gonna put it on the other side, but I'm trying to get out the way of the camera so I won't be crazy. Okay, so pressure cook for, I'm gonna go for 25 minutes. You know, I'm gonna go for 30. I go for 30. And then I'll let that go. Let me make sure that it's on the right thing. Yeah, it's on the right stuff. So that's there. Y'all see this mess that I got going on here? It is a hot mess, okay? So I have my greens going. And so, except for these that done fell out, that fell out thing. So next I'm gonna cook the garlic chicken. And it's actually honey garlic chicken. Is really, really good. But it's very simple. So, because one of the things I'm going to be doing this week is I'm going to try to go live to cook dinner every day this week to see how many different things I can cook for under, I think my goal is going to do under $10. Under $10. What can I cook for under $10? So that's going to be my goal for my video this week. So even though I was just cooking some vegetables on here, I still do want to clean. All right, so let me get a skillet. Actually, no, I'll use a regular skillet. So I'm going to just use this regular skillet right here for the chicken. Let me put the ricotta up, down with it. Let me check my list to see where I am, because I started keeping a list for what I'm doing. So I'm getting ready to make the honey chicken. The meatballs are in the oven. The wings are in the oven. The thighs are cooking. And then, I need to move to vegetables after this chicken. I'm gonna move to vegetables. Y'all, then I'm gonna be finished, because I don't think we gonna finish the rest of all this stuff with y'all. Because only thing gonna be ready, only thing it's gonna be doing is cooking stuff in the oven. So yeah, we'll be done pretty fast. So let me get the oil. Because I'm getting ready to basically fry this chicken a little bit. It's gonna be a little fry on it, just a little bit. And what I'm going to do, here it is I'm going to coat it a little bit in this almond flour, and it's gonna put a little bit of a crust on it, just a little. This is not needed at all. This is an extra step because I just feel like being extra today. I feel like being extra with that sauce that we made. Now I feel like being extra with this here. I need a bigger bowl. Now I feel like being extra with this chicken. So we just hold on. I'm trying to see if this bowl got a hole in it. Oh no, it was a shadow. I was like, how the bowl got a hole? Okay, it was just a shadow. So I'm gonna just take some of this almond flour And I'm just gonna put it on in here and create like a little crust for it. We just being extra today. That's all. We just being extra for no reason at all. We have no reason for the level of extra that we're being today, but I am yet being extra. So, I'm gonna move my skillet off for just a moment because I don't want it to get too hot while I'm doing this to this meat because I still have to season it. So we're gonna do some salt, some peppers, salt, pepper, and then I'm gonna put some garlic in it while it's cooking because it is called honey garlic chicken. That's what it's called. But I am gonna mix this up and I'm gonna put it in this little oil and it's gonna have a little crust because we being extra today. Today is Rita's extra, being just completely extra for no reason. That's what this is about. Extra for no reason. So let me get my spoon. And I actually, because I am fried, I didn't think about that. I do have to use more oil. Just a little bit more. So I'm going to get this cooking. And then I'll add the other stuff to it. So to this, I am going to add garlic. And then once it's right at done, we add some honey to it. Once it's right at being done. But we're going to let that cook right there and chill out. While that's going, I need to get my vegetables. So let me see what we're doing for vegetables. Green beans, potatoes, corn, mixed vegetables. All right, so there go our vegetables that we're using. And right now, they're out of so much stuff in the stores, y'all. Like, it was hard to find stuff. So, like, my frozen vegetables are mostly gone. Like, who are these people who all of a sudden decide to just kind of eat my frozen vegetables and stuff, except for English peas? We have learned from this that nobody wants to eat English peas. Ain't nobody trying to eat the English peas. It was a lot of those left. Nobody would eat those. So I'm going to put my green beans on first because those cook the longest. And here's the deal, green beans, they are done in the can. Well, that's potato, I'm glad I looked. They're done in the can, but I like to, it really depends because earlier today, all I did was just microwave me some with some butter and some garlic. So it just depends on what you want to do with them. But I do drain the water off of them each time I cook them. I do drain the water off. And then one thing you can do as well, because the whole goal for cooking, especially right now, is we got to conserve food because it's not a lot of stuff out there when you go into the store. So when you're cooking, you want to make sure, like I know that I'm going to use 5 servings of green beans. So I'm going to use 5 servings of green beans. So I am going to make 2 cans, which are, because it says on a can that is 3.5 servings per can. So it should be 7 servings, but I eat more than the suggested serving sizes of green beans. So I'm going to only do enough green beans to do what I need for today. So when you're cooking food, we're not in the season to just keep cooking stuff or just cooking without knowing how much you're cooking. Make sure you see how much is in that that you're cooking and then cook that amount. Don't cook where you're gonna have all this stuff left over that you don't wanna eat later. So be careful with that. If you're not a person who likes leftovers like me, I like leftovers, some people don't. If you don't like leftovers, you know, look, see how many servings is in what you're making. Because otherwise, you will be getting rid, you know, throwing away some good food, and when you go to get some, may not be any there. So watch out for that. I am actually using canned potatoes today, and I've used them before. I've actually been surprised at how well I like those. Oh, y'all, I forgot about my thighs that's cooking. Clarence told me to turn them over halfway. So let me stop and do that. Let me get something to get this rack because it's hot. Ooh, they look so good. Oh, they look so good. So good. I think I done hit a winner, y'all. Especially with this one with this here sauce. But it's trying to slide off, so let me get it turned over here without an issue. Hold on, got to use both hands. There we go. Turn them over, turn them over. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so happy with this. So I push the first one back in. And then I'm going to take the other one and turn it over. Yes, they look so delicious. So delicious. So let me try to turn over without them falling. There we go. Now this bottom one I didn't put back on the rack right. So let me get myself together for this bottom rack because I did not put this on the rack right. There we go. There we go. So let me close back up. There y'all go. So turn that over, green beans on, and then my chicken's cooking. And now again, I just added a little bit of crust to the chicken. That's all this is, a little bit of crust to it. So I'm gonna let that cook and get like a little crust there. But you have to be careful because whenever you use any kind of breading or something with this, you want to make sure that it's still cooked on the inside because you can't see it turn completely white. So you want to be careful of that. So get my green beans going. And I'm probably going to cook all these vegetables in the same pot because I have no time for using a bunch of dishes today. So, and actually I put too much water in here with these green beans. So let me pour some of that water out. And let me, actually, now I'm going to use a different one. Let me get a knife here for my green beans. Okay, so that's over there. I'm going to use the rest of this butter later. So this chicken is looking pretty good. Now, another thing you can do is you can actually put the, do this in an air fryer as well. You wouldn't cut them up into as smaller pieces. You can make them into strips. Do it the same way. And so now that this is mostly done, this is when I'm going to add the garlic in. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to pour off. Really, I'm going to say some of the oil. I'm going to pour off most of the oil. So let me pour this over here. You want to be careful not to lose your chicken while you're doing this. So you want to use a slided spoon. But I don't need, because the oil is there just to kind of help it crisp up a little bit because it has a coating on it, but that's all I need. And I'm done with that. So then I'm going to use my towel to make sure I don't have any oil still in the bottom of my pan. So now that that's going, I am going to put my garlic in here. Now remember, this is called garlic honey. So that means that this is going to get quite a bit of garlic. Lots of garlic for this. So I'm going to toss that. And I like I don't usually use the skillet. It's another one that I like to use for this one. And actually, let me see if I can do it, because there's the other skillet that does it. It does it a little different. I'm gonna try to move my camera without messing anything up. So I hope you still can see that. Give me a second for my other. Yes. This skillet is so much better. I don't even know why I didn't use it in the first place. Probably because I didn't want to move the camera. But hold on. I'm gonna put that right there, and then I'm gonna switch over to this other one. Now it's gonna take a little bit of time for this skillet to heat up, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It'll be alright. So let me get my dishes going. Now, a lot of times I do try to wash dishes as I go. Did not do that today. Didn't save my spoon though. But let me move this back over. Move my camera angle back. Let me see. Are y'all still with me? I'm sorry if I'm just making you motion sick. I apologize. All right. So let me. Yes, this one is so much better. I like this skillet so much better. So this will actually fry it up how I want it to fry up. So I've got my green beans cooking back there. And then I have my chicken. And then after this chicken, I'm going to cook my steak in this skillet. Actually, you know what I may do? Is I may put the potatoes in here first and then do the steak. Oh no, I do the steak first and then I do the potatoes. Yes, I do it that way. So I'm going to let that kind of sit here for just a little bit. And then I need to season a little bit of salt and pepper. My green beans, and whoa, save the spoon before it fails. A little bitty dash of garlic. I'm gonna let that kind of sit there and chill. Now that beep you heard was the pressure cooker finally reaching pressure. That was what you heard with that beep. If you heard the beep, you may not have heard the beep. But for this, I like this skillet allows me to get a little bit of a crust, a brown crust on the chicken. So I want to do that before I add the honey into this. It's really, really good. And then I don't think I have any over here. Another thing that you can add, it also calls for a little squirt of, which I don't even know why, but it calls for a little squirt of lemon. I have no idea why. Maybe because the honey is so sweet, it breaks it up. I have no idea. That's all I need with this. Yep, give me that little brown that I want. Exactly why I use this one. And then having that will really allow that honey to stick on there even better. So my meatballs and the chicken wings are in the oven. The chicken thighs are in the air fryer. And then I have to do steak. And then after that, I am really good to go here. Because by the time I don't think we'll be on here another 30 minutes because it's going to take another 30 minutes for those greens to cook. And I don't think we'll be on here that long, but we shall see. We shall see. But while you're at home, this is a really good time for you to do inventory on your freezer and use the food that's in your freezer. You should be doing that before you buy anything else. Make sure that you're using what's in your freezer. They put up some of the stuff that I'm not going to be using anymore. I think that's all from over here. So I guess for everybody that was out buying a bunch of groceries, it's because their freezers were empty. Because mine surely was, so I had to go get some groceries because my freezer was empty. I'm talking about empty, like it was empty. And truthfully, I never kept food in my freezer like that. I always bought food each week. But I think having food in the freezer has made me want to go back to that. Because we used to keep food in the freezer and then we stopped. But I think I want to go back to having food actually in the freezer. I'm going to clean my my bowls because I'm going to use these for my vegetables. So I'm going to quickly, so I'm getting ready to use it for these green beans. So let me quickly clean these bowls so that I can put some vegetables in it. So that's one bowl, two bowls. I think I need three. Oh, my chicken. Let me get. Let me turn my chicken before I clean another bowl. Yes, this is doing exactly what I wanted to do. Just that little bitty crust does so much for this. You can even do flaxseed. Flaxseed is really good on this stuff. So that's my chicken thigh. My chicken thighs are saying they're done. So I'm going to check those to see how done I think they are. I may put them back in there for a little bit. I need to see how that's going. So let me clean off my last bowl here. Woo, got the water steaming hot. Too hot for me right now. All right. So let me get ready to put this honey in this chicken. Yes. Got some little golden pieces in there. So good. Let me check. Let me taste one of these. Need some salt. Give it some salt there. And a little bit more garlic, because that garlic, as much as I used, did not come through. But you know why? I know why. I just thought about this because I used the almond flour. And I didn't season almond flour. So that's why. Okay, I got it. Let's try one more. Yep, much better. Much better. And so now, I'm going to take some honey. This is really simple. And I'm just going to drizzle honey over the chicken. It's just a drizzle over the chicken. And it's not a lot coming out because I have a really thin stream going on. And then I toss it. And it's just a honey garlic chicken. That little bit. Let me check to be sure. I'm trying to get these little bitty pieces. See if you can. Taste the honey. Do a little more. Give it one big one. There we go. I go so light on the honey. But this is like 4 servings, so you know, I probably put 2 servings of honey in here. Oh, there we go. I can smell it now. Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm gonna put this aside, and I'm gonna use this same skillet for my steaks. Give me a minute. I'm gonna put this aside. So the same skillet, I'm going to put a little bit of oil, a lot of garlic. Oh man, I like onion, but I used up all my onion. And then I had this steak over there marinating. And it was marinating in some Caribbean jerk. I think it was Caribbean jerk or teriyaki or something. I don't even remember. I do not remember. So I'm going to turn this down. And now I'm going to turn this all the way down because I do want to get some onion in there because I always put onion with my steak. I'm sorry, I just hit the camera. Apologize. Oh, stop moving. There we go. I always have onion with my steak, so it's just going to have to wait for a second to calm down because I don't even know what that world would be like for me cooking it and I have onion with my steak. Now for other people I understand, but not for me. So I'm just going to cut this in fours and then I just cut around in a circle. That's how I do this when I'm cutting it for myself. I just put like a little hole, four little slits. Well, really 2 slices. But that lets me get some good pieces in there. All right, there we go. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So, let me get my onion peels. Put those in the garbage. Let me get my onion mixed on in here. Onion, garlic, and steak. Cannot go wrong for some onion, garlic, and steak. Now I am going to put, even though I did marinated in something, I am going to put a little Worcestershire in here because I like that depth of flavor that it brings. And this is going to cook really, really fast because I sliced it so thin. Oh, I'm supposed to be checking on my chicken thighs. So hold on. Let me get this going there and then let me check on chicken thighs. Oh, look. Look at that. Look at that air fried. This is the lemon pepper one. That's the lemon pepper one. Looks really, really good. They're really big. I'm going to put it back in here for 10 minutes. Just to be on the safe side for me. All right, so put those on 10 minutes. Oh, hold on, I hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. So let me turn it on. So 10 minutes. There we go. So if that steak is cooking with those onions, the green beans are done. So I'm going to move those to this bowl that I washed. I'm actually going to put this over here because I don't want to put plastic on that. So I'm going to move these to the bowl that I washed. And then I'm going to put some mixed vegetables in here. Give me 1 second while I move these over. Oh, they look really good. Green beans is like one of, I think it is my favorite vegetable. Yeah, it's my favorite vegetable. Green beans and let me see, green beans or greens, collard greens are one of my favorites. So I'm putting a little bit more water in there. And then I'm going to put the mixed vegetables in. I'm going to try to use, Lord, dropping stuff. Let me clean off the top of that. I'm going to I don't even know if I still know how to use these. Let me see if I still know how to use a manual can opener. I don't even know, so let's see. Look, apparently do some more weightlifting. Let's see here. Nope. It's like, no, buddy. I didn't know I was trying. Let me just go and do what I know how to do. So, I'm going to just use this, and I'm going to put just a little bit of butter in this and let it cook. It's just some mixed vegetables. Now, mixed vegetables is Clarence's favorite vegetable combination, I guess I should say, because it's not just like a vegetable, but that's his favorite. Now, if I, one of the things I love to do that I'm not doing today, because I have some in it. No, I don't have any. It's with my steak. I do like to put, oh, this is done. I do like to put some Brussels sprouts in the steak. It's so good. Right, Janice, I don't have time. When I hit the wrong button, I don't have time to try to wait for all that reset and stuff. I just unplug and start over because I'm impatient. That's part of the thing I'm praying about for myself, is that I know that I am impatient. So the steak is done. You see how quick that was. So if this was like a Saturday, I mean, if this is a weekend or whatever, and you're trying to figure out food for your family, that's just how fast that steak is done. So I'm going to put that on, hold on, I'm hitting stuff. Let me see what I got. I'm gonna put this on this container. I'm gonna put that right in there. I'm gonna put that to the side for a second. Put the steak over here. And then I have some potatoes. Now, this may sound weird to some of y'all, but I did this one day and I was like, I'm on to something. But this is just some canned potatoes, and they only have the whole ones left. So I'm just cutting them up while they're in here. And I'm going to use that little bit of seasoning that is from this, hold on, I need some butter. The little bit of seasoning that's left from that chicken and that steak that I cooked. I'm going to season this here, these potatoes. It may seem crazy, but it works. That's all I know. I did it by mistake one day, and I was just like, oh, I put it in the wrong pan. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I don't really eat potatoes, hardly ever, truly. Now I'm thinking about it. So I did taste these when I was making them for somebody else, and it's really good. So I'm gonna put that there, and I need some salt. You always want to salt your potatoes, always. A little salt in the vegetables back there. Put a little pepper in the vegetables, pepper on the potatoes. I already got some garlic in there. Now, what I'm going to do this time to the potatoes that's a little different is I am going to put a little rosemary on them. Just a little bit. Rosemary, garlic, potato. Don't ask me why it's good. It just is. I don't know how Jesus made all the foods taste like this. I don't know. I just know that it works. So I'm going to use some crushed rosemary. And I like the crushed because it's not as thick. So I'm just going to put just a little bit in there. That's all it needs, is a little. That's all. And I'm just going to let that just melt together for a second. This is like one of the funnest and easiest ones, but that's all we got happening. So I need to check my timer on my other stuff down here. Let me check with Alexa. Alexa's saying that we got 15 minutes to go. So let me get the meatballs out. Ooh, I smell them. Ooh, I smell the meatballs. They smell so good. So I'm going to split a hole in the meatballs so I can look inside and I can show you guys what they look like in just a moment. Hold on, let me get them open. Get these potatoes tossed here. Now I made the meatballs from scratch, so for those of you who have been watching, but those are the meatballs that were made earlier. I'm gonna toss those in some pasta sauce that I need to add some like flavor to. Okay, so the potatoes are done. All that flavors come together. And let me get, I need a small bowl for these potatoes. Cannot lose a potato, so I'm being very careful. Cannot lose a potato. And then the last thing that I'm cooking in here is corn. Now corn is a little bit different. Corn is very simple. And I don't know how well corn does with a bunch of different herbs and stuff. And I'm not going to try to find out today. Let's say it that way. So what I'm going to do, let me turn off my mixed vegetables back there. I'm going to wipe out my skillet, which is one reason why I like the skillet, so I can wipe the sucker out. Wipe down my skillet because I am not washing any more dishes. Now I'll put the corn in here. Now some people call this fried corn. I'm not calling it fried corn. I'm just going to do a little toss over here with the corn. Just do a little toss. Give me a second. I don't want to open up another stick of butter, so I'll get my spreadable butter for the corn. Now, that is a lot of butter. Most of it's going to run out. It's not going to make it to the corn. So if you're looking at that, you're like, oh my Lord, that's just so much corn. It is. It is a lot. But for whatever reason, corn, butter, and pepper go together. I don't know why they go together. Again, I wasn't in the planning for Jesus when he made all the food and made them go together. I have no idea. So, I'm going to let that chill out right here. Okay, I got my mixed vegetables. They're done. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't need a bunch of stuff moving. I need my small bowl to put these here mixed vegetables in. And then I'm going to use one of my big bowls to mix my pasta sauce together for these meatballs. So this is done. And then I need to get my meatballs together. Air fryer is done. And so let me get my pasta sauce. Now, with this pasta sauce, it's just some regular old roasted garlic and herb pasta sauce. That's all that is. So I got as much out of there as I can. So, but this one, it's just regular. That's all I'll say. It's just regular. I always have to add a little something to the pasta sauces because I don't always want to be just regular. So, I'm going to add some basil to it and some garlic. That helps it from being so regular. Because otherwise, as I said, it's just regular. And I always don't like regular. The other thing, I'm gonna taste it. Yep, that came on right there. The other thing I'm going to add to it is some Parmesan cheese. Yes, 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 some shredded Parmesan. Add a little of that to it. Now, I need some more, but that ain't enough. So let me see. Well, actually, before I say that, because I'm just eyeballing, before I say that, let me see. Cleaning off my utensils here. All right. Move this over here. And I'll just put my meatballs directly on in there. Just loading them up and putting the meatballs right on in. You know what? I didn't need any more pasta sauce. See, this is why Jesus talks to me, because I'm always thinking that I don't have enough of something. And look at it. More than enough. More than enough. Not just enough. More than enough. So, I'm going to just toss these together. It is pasta sauce. The meatballs are hot, so they are heating up that pasta sauce. And then this corn is done, which is done from the beginning. I mean, there's nothing to corn, so it's just done because it's corn. So, you know, that's just its life. And so I'm trying to find, oh, here's my other bowl. So let me clean out this bowl. And I think I may have had some chicken in this bowl, so I got to disinfect. Put some of my spray and then clean it around pretty good. And then I use my towel. Clean inside and outside. There we go. So, I'm going to take this corn and put it in this bowl. Being careful not to waste. Get all of that in here. So I got all my corn out. I'll put that right back there for a second. You'll see what I'm getting ready to do with that. And then, guess what goes in? The meatballs. The meatballs go in. Now, it's only going in just to help it distribute that Parmesan cheese and stuff. So it's just gonna sit there for just a little bit. Nothing special, everything's already done, but it's just gonna get a little toss in there. That's it. And then my, let me show you the air fryer thighs. Look at that. Air fryer. These are the Parmesan, garlic Parmesan ones. And then these are the ones that we made up. We don't know what to call these. We just made them up. Those are the ones that we just kind of created a sauce for. We'll figure out a name for this one later. So putting that back in the air fryer to chill out for a second. Meatballs are there. Let me pour out the extra juice that was going on with the meatballs. Pour that out. And then I take the foil from the bottom, bring it up to be thrown away. The foil, not the pan. The foil, not the pan. And then I'm going to check on these chicken wings that, see how much time they got. 4 minutes on these chicken wings. So I'm going to use a knife here just to break these open. They look really good. But I'm going to take the foil off so they can get some brown color to them. A piece of my foil tried to fall into the pan. So I'm going to take the foil back. Alexa, stop timer.
1 hour and 10 minutes. Timer canceled.
All right, so I'm just going, you can't see these and they're too heavy to pick up. Or you may have put this on, I don't know. But they're too heavy to pick up. So, but they're done. I'm just gonna let them get a little brown on the top. So these are the meatballs that are also done. And so I'm going to, that cheese in there got melted back together. I'm gonna put these back in the bowl that they came out of. So those are completely done. And I don't have to use this skillet for anything else, so it's going to the sink. And then the greens that are in the Instant Pot, they have 2 more minutes on them. There we go, done with that. So that's a close-up of the meatballs. So give me one moment. And I am, so I'm basically done now. Everything is done except for the greens are cooking in the Instant Pot. The chicken wings are getting a little brown in the oven. And that's it. So let me give you the rundown of what we did today. We made honey garlic chicken. That's done. Meatballs and pasta sauce. That's done. So let me cross that out. Baked chicken wings. They're about done. Steaks are done. Chicken thighs are done. Green beans, potatoes, corn, mixed vegetables, and greens are done. So we are done. Got all of that stuff done today in probably like an hour and a half. But that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different meats and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vegetables. So that's 5 meats, 5 vegetables. So basically, you can have every day of the week. You could have a different meal with this particular setup. So hope that you found something that inspired you to cook. If you have any questions, I probably won't be able to answer them because I did everything right here live. But my Instant Pot setting is done. But if you do have questions on something that didn't make sense, or if you want like some cooking suggestions, let me get this back to you. If you want some cooking suggestions on stuff, then send me a message. Let me know. I am going to let the steam out of the Instant Pot. Is what I'm getting ready to do. So I like to do it with a towel, so you'll see why. Let me put this over here. So I do this. So I cover mine up when I do that. So that's why I do that. But let me show you guys what foods I have so far over here on this side. What's missing are let me get the thighs. Hold on, you have to walk with me because I do want to get all of the meats and stuff in one place. So we're gonna walk together for a second. So I can, it's gonna be everything except for the chicken wings basically, because the wings are getting a little more brown because I like them to be a little brown. So let me get these thighs out. Let me get this stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to get myself situated here. Let me, got to put on my glove too. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Got to get it on. Okay, there we go. So moving the thighs over, and then everything will be over here except for the chicken wings and the greens. So let me turn it around so I can show y'all what we have cooked so far today. And it's not everything. So this is what we cooked so far. Hopefully you can see it. So this right here in the green thing, that's steak. These are meatballs and pasta sauce. That's honey garlic chicken, air fried chicken thighs, and a special sauce that we created, and garlic, what was that? Parmesan garlic. And then we have potatoes, green beans, mixed vegetables, and corn. Those are the things that we have done so far. And then the pressure cooker is just about done releasing steam, so I can show you the greens, and then I'll show you the chicken wings as well that are still in the oven browning a little bit. So let me get the chicken wings first. Show you what's going on with them. So these are the chicken wings. Oh, hold on. Let me bring it back straight. Listen, my little thing. Oh, Lord, look, my little thing done came off, y'all. I got to get something to put that back up there. I don't even know how I did that. Those are the chicken wings. They're getting brown. And then my greens are right there. And so it's done. It's getting ready to release. So I'm going to be able to show you the greens. Hold on. Hold on for a second. It ain't ready. There we go. So these are the greens. Right there. I dropped something as usual. Look, don't that look delicious? So very delicious. Because you know what they did not take at the grocery store? Fresh produce. That's what they didn't take. So, hold on, let me go back. All right, so that's all the food for real. I am out of here. Thank you guys for joining me for a very fun meal prep where we did some new stuff today with those thighs or whatever. But I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your week.